I'm up to something. I'm up to something. I'm up to something. I'm up to something. I've been to go, glad that you know. I'm up to something. Heaven just gave me the green light to go. I'm up to something. Girl, I been knew that you been down. I'm up to something. It's always you and your friends round. I see you got the new kin style, pretty in style. Been thinking though, they heard my name round, they don't think I know. Your girl in the back when a cloud chase. I guess for the night we'll keep it OC. That's a great distraction, but you know I'm on a mission. Y'all got 3 months to get practice, almost like I'm chasing chicken, cause I'm up to something. I'm up to something. I'm up to something. I'm up to something. One day back in my timeline, you was worried about my limelight. You see me different every time I say I need life and make beats more. You control the shift like a keyboard. Hold on, wait, like a paradigm and keep running on like a marathon. Then you reach for your black like Farrakhan. But after that be the weedo. Told me that you wanna meet me, no. I don't wanna really be mean, no. But I've had better on the East Coast. Fuck you for the green like CeeLo. All about the green like she go. Phone blowing up like CeeLo too. Guess Ben really got the keys though too, like I'm up to something. I'm up to something. I'm up to something.
Hey.
What up? What up? What up?
What's up, everybody?
I'm up to something.
Hey,
What's up?
We up to something.
Hey, we are here today with the Porterhouse KC first cohort class of 2020. Woo-hoo! Y'all graduated tonight.
We survived. We survived. We
ah,
survived.
So we're gonna first of all, I am Sharon Thompson, one of the co-founders of Porterhouse KC, and this is
Dan Smith, the other co-founder, the Porterhouse KC.
And tonight we have a group of entrepreneurs who graduated through our course, and we are excited for them. They're going to talk about themselves. Go ahead, D'Angela. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm D'Angela Johnson. I am from Kansas City, Missouri. Grew up on 68th Street between Myrtle and Jackson. Then went on down to 55th in Indiana. I represent East Side of Truth all my life, even now that I'm on the Kansas side. Got moved over here by my husband. I am the owner of A Pinch of Cocoa, Kansas City. We are a boutique for women of all shapes and sizes. We have the retail side, we have a resale side, and we have a custom apparel and accessory side as well. So I'm excited to be on here as part of the first cohort of the Porterhouse KC 2020 cohort class. So thanks for having me.
Yay.
Dope. Welcome. Who's next? Santera?
We call owner.
Hi, you guys. I'm Santera. I'm the owner of Berries Galore More. I'm born and raised here in Kansas City, Missouri. I've been in business for about 2 years now. I specialize in chocolate covered strawberries. I make decorated cookies. I do it all. I do anniversaries, birthdays, weddings. If you have a sweet tooth, I'm your go-to. So I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be with my cohort fam. So thank you for having me, y'all.
Hey man, those cupcakes on Saturday were phenomenal.
Man.
I'm just saying, we've been raving about them.
I'll make you work now.
We ready.
So I ate like 3 of them. So
I know.
I got
you.
It was like back to back. I just
So we might as well start that. Keep going with Candice down there since she's down there on that side. Candice, did you just freeze up on
I'm Candice.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, I'm Candice Middleton of Candyland Sweets and Treats. I'm KC born and bred as well. A Paseo Academy graduate, so I create infused treats, drinks, meals, desserts of every kind from a creative perspective based upon my vision of Candyland visions, like the visions I have of sugar and stoner treats. So that is what Candyland Visions and Candyland Sweets and Treats is.
Dope. Welcome. Brandon Henderson, are you you tapped in with us or you froze?
We're gonna come back to Brandon.
Do we need to come back to Brandon? All right, Alicia, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey y'all, my name's Alicia Bowman.
Uh-oh.
Am I frozen?
I can hear you. We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, so I'll just keep talking. My name is Alicia Bowman. I am the owner of Unleashed Plus Size Resale. We are the only secondhand shop in Kansas City that caters to plus size women. We are here to build community, build confidence, and self-love amongst plus size women in Kansas City and beyond. I am from Kansas City, born and raised. I am a graduate of Lincoln Prep. Very proud to be in the Kansas City, Missouri School District, a product of them. Thank y'all for having me. I'm happy to be a part of the first cohort.
Hey. Can I tell you? Can I tell y'all something?
Uh-oh.
It's been a lot of Lincoln College Prep alumni on here, like back to back, like every episode almost, except for our last one.
A lot of them.
Because we're fire. That's why, man.
No, man.
Y'all are okay.
Y'all dope. You know how you gotta say it. Y'all dope. B. Henderson. You want to introduce yourself? Can you hear us?
I think I'm on here.
Yeah, we can hear you now, Brandon. Yes.
Good to go.
Go ahead, Brandon.
All right. So we'll come back to Brandon and with his introduction. So what we do is we do shout outs. First of all, we got a lot of people watching. If you're watching, go ahead and tap in with us, do an emoji, do a what's up, represent your school that you graduated from, something. So represent something out there. We got D'Angela that's on the show that's typing in the comments too. But my wife was typing in the comments. Aisha, we got Alex that's typing in with us. She said Alicia is having the best week ever with hand claps and all the cool stuff.
Right on.
So really quick, we're gonna get into shout outs. Sharon, you want to go first in your shout outs?
I go first. I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, first of all. With Amethyst Places, 20 years in the making. I like to give a shout out to my kids, Carissa Downey, with her incubation of beauty.
And Carissa Downey is not his kids.
No.
There's a pause in between that, just to clarify.
Right on. But Nia, I like to give a shout out to Nia Richardson with KC Biz Care, Plex Pod. We in at the Plex Pod. I like to give a shout out to Chess Kaufman. I like to give a shout out to our cohorts who graduated this weekend. Deanna Munez, Santera's on the show. Terry Wade, we got Natasha Scott. We have, who am I missing?
Who are we missing? We had Travis Cal,
Lanisha, Lene.
Lene with Bliss Wine. That's my thing.
Sheila
Johnson with Gangster Goodies.
Hey,
y'all.
Yeah, we had a good cohort.
Dope. So I'm gonna do my shout out really quick. Shout out my wife. Like she's tapped in with us. My kids, my boys are killing it in school right now. Love it. Cohort graduates. I want to shout out Michael and Hanan of Community Capital Fund. And what they're trying to do with the community is dope. Look Community Capital Fund up. You Google them, you'll see what they got up. It's really phenomenal. I want to shout out Morgan and Kelly of Mid-Continent Public Library, our mentorship program. It's a dope program. I'm excited about it. I want to shout out to Brandon Calloway of Gift. Those guys are doing some amazing things. They're raising money to help support Black businesses. in the community. And so I think they have a goal of two $10,000 grants, and then another, I believe $20,000 or $30,000. Don't quote me on that, but they're giving out money to small business owners in the community, and they gave their first $10,000 to Chris Good of Ruby Jeans Juicery. So that was dope. Yeah. Kim Randolph, Heartland Black Chamber. She's doing some really good stuff. Nia Richardson, Casey Bizcare. When y'all see the data that she's compiled for small businesses in the community and what we can use that data for, you're going to see it. It's going to be dope. It's going to be phenomenal. Kaufman Foundation, their support, we appreciate them. Chess Inc., their support, we appreciate them so much. PlexPod, again, like Sharon said, we're in the building. And then my last shout out is Truce Marketplace Collective. They're doing the Truce Palooza next weekend. Sharon and I were doing some hosting and some stuff like that on next Saturday afternoon. It's gonna be fun.
Tune in.
You just gotta watch it. All right. So let's go around the room. Santera, who do you want to shout out?
Shout out my twin sister. She's been my helper. She's been there with me since the womb. Like for real, like that's my eighth womb. My niece, my family, my friends, my clients, like those who has been supporting me since I started. I just thank y'all, and that's it. I thank me because I came a long way.
There you go. Take it. Candice, who you want to shout out?
I want to shout out, of course, Porterhouse Group for really giving me an opportunity. And then I want to shout out my 5 children, Miles, Sarah, Selah, Malachi, and Kamal, for pushing me to reach for my dreams so I can be a great example. And I also want to give a shout out to UA for being a great school this week that I have tried. I'm trying with this homeschool stuff. So just everywhere I can be supported as a small business owner and a parent, I'm all for it. So that's all I got to shout out right now. And the sister circle of women that have really supported me all these years. I want to shout y'all out. Tiara, Mika, Terry, Mary, all the clients that really just supported me and poured into me.
Yes.
Dope. Awesome.
Nice.
Alicia, who you got?
I want to first shout out to all my customers and supporters that have been supporting us for the past 2.5, almost 3 years. Shout out to my grandma for taking me thrift shopping. She said I never shout her out, but thanks, grandma. This is all because of you. Shout out to my mama, my little sister, and my friends. I appreciate all y'all.
All right, last but not least, D'Angela. I think we got. Go ahead, D'Angela. You got it. Your shout outs.
Okay, so I feel like first of all that I'm on the radio, like Hot 103. This is my opportunity to be because I first get in. So I've been waiting on this moment.
There you go.
Now, first of all, I want to shout out God, right? He's amazing. Yes. He's my bestie. He's my father. He's the love of my life. And then I want to shout out my sugar daddy, aka my husband.
Hey,
where you find him at?
Where I find my sugar daddy, girl. That's the story for another day. So I want to shout out him, Marcus Johnson. I want to shout out my sons, Mason and Emerson Johnson, my mom, Karen Sims. I want to shout out my older sister, Kalia, and my nieces, Kaya and London. They're downstairs watching this as we speak, and Kalia is holding it down with Mason, so that way he won't come bust up in here and be a presenter or a co-host or whatever.
There you go.
Don't need that. And I also want to shout out Yannicka and all my line sisters, Porterhouse KC, Miss Cherry. Hi, I want to shout out Miss Thayla Cherry and all my Cocoa ladies. I want to shout them out. They're watching as well. We have a watch party going on in our group. And so I just want to say, hey, ladies. And I want to shout out all my family friends. And The number one jam is
Yeah, buddy.
Porterhouse Tasty. Don't forget to slam that C.
I love it. Brandon, can you hear us? B. Henderson.
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hey, introduce yourself really quick. Yep. Introduce yourself really quick and do some shout out.
Let me do my shout first, and then I'll come back. Oh, okay.
Go ahead. You got it.
I'm sorry for the distraction. I'm at football practice. My name is Brandon Henderson. I graduated from Hickman Mills High School, South Kansas City. Grew up in Charlie Parker Square, off 12th and Paseo. Went to community college. Went to Michigan University. Played a few years on the practice squad in NFL. Played 10 years arena football. I represent Samuel Felton Community Development Program. We are a veteran profit. I am the CEO of the Las Vegas branch and the Missouri branch. We are based out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Dope. Who you gonna shout out?
Shout out my family, my kids. Andre Judson, that's my CEO, co-founder. Alicia Wilson, who is the actual founder with Sam Felton. And I would like to shout out Sam Felton. He passed away a couple months ago. But I shout him out for even giving me a chance to work with him and bless him. I also want to just shout out to our community for giving us a chance as Black business owners to thrive and come and give you something to think about.
Dope.
Nice. Thank you, Brandon.
Appreciate that, sir. So we got Hurston Felds and Cynthia Felds, one of the dopest power couples in the city. If you don't know who they are, you need to look them up. What they say? Google them. Google them, and you'll know who they are. I'm just letting you know they out there, so it's good. We got Chelsea. We got Susanna. Susanna was actually on our show. Hey, Susanna.
Hey.
How are you? I think we got Santera's twin is chiming in a little bit. And then we got Miss Blackman that chimes in. So if you're watching, tap in with us. If you got questions or anything like that, definitely put them in the comment section because we like the interaction.
Oh yeah.
So before we get to the actual meat and potatoes of the show, we like to do this little piece called Flowers.
Who you got for flowers? Who you got?
Nah, I'm giving flowers to our cohort, man. These guys went through. I'm gonna be like, I didn't really recognize what the feeling was, but now it felt like we were like going through a process, right? You're online and there's a pledge process that you have to go through to get to a result, a final result. I felt like we were going through a process, and when we graduated, I felt like, you know what I mean? There was a relief, there was this good feeling, and I just like, man, you guys stuck with it, man, and you went through it with us, and we just appreciate you guys. So I just want to give our flowers to you guys because you are inspiration to all of us. You keep us pushing and keep us moving. And so we just truly appreciate you all for sticking with us through this program. So thank you all. And this is your flowers. And now that's it. No more mushy
And we
stuff.
are very proud of you.
Thank you.
We know that it was from the heart. We appreciate that. But we all know about being online.
Y'all don't know. It means a lot. It's a lot.
I took them and I put them on.
Hey, we got D Coop. Duran Cooper, Ultimate Game Night is in the building.
Everybody say something. Say what's going on.
D Coop is that guy. So
I'm gonna get into the questions.
What up?
Start with D'Angela. We can hear. See Brandon with his shirt. I'll start with D'Angela. What are some of the mistakes you wish you could have? What are some of the mistakes you wish you could have avoided, D'Angela, as far as being an entrepreneur?
Good question. I forgot someone on my shout out though.
Go ahead.
I want to shout out University Academy because y'all were talking about Lincoln showing up. UA has showed up tonight, especially with Candice and her 5 children. So, and then I found out your wife. This is great. So shout out to UA. Yes, where leaders learn. That's
UA.
Yes. Mistakes that I learned. First, not call a mistake, call it a lesson learned. So when it happens, learn from the lesson learned and what not to do again the next time. So really sit back and reflect on what happened, what could be done differently, and not do the same thing again. So never call it a mistake. Always just say, you know what? I had a lesson learned on that one. And then the second thing would be, of course, just not grabbing at every sale or every opportunity that comes your way. Really sit back, think about it. Don't be quick to say yes. Don't be quick to say no. Really reflect on it. Think about what it's going to take before just trying to jump in and get that dollar amount. Because I felt like what I did in the beginning was just to grab that sale to get that revenue, and then didn't really grasp onto what I was actually doing until it was too late. So then you got to think about time and money and all that great stuff. So really just reflect on what you're getting yourself into before you actually give that final answer. Don't feel like you have to give it right away.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. Drop some gems out there, man. Look at you. Dropping some gems. Some of these gems really quick. I love it. I love it.
Write it down. It should be on the PowerPoint, black and white.
Lessons learned. Lessons learned. Alicia, this is for you. So when did you recognize, or when did you feel like you actually had something that you could really do and it be sustainable? Like, I know that you probably been in the resale and you like going into the shops and things like that. But what took you over that hump to realize that this is something that you could do and it be sustainable?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I did it for a while. Like, how the heck are people like living off of this? Like, what is going on? Like, how can I quit my job and this be a thing? But I think I knew that, like, oh, okay, if I really put my all into this, like, this could be full time. When I threw my first event, my first pool party, and it sold out in 2 weeks, I pretty much knew then, like, yeah, I can make a lot of money and I can sustain this, like, not only financially for me, but like still giving back to like my customers and giving them a full experience, not just about the clothing, but like just tapping into their lifestyle and the things that they are wanting to do. I knew that it could be something that I could sustain.
I love that. That makes sense. That makes sense. And so, go ahead.
I had a question. So tell us about your experience about you being on Ellen. Tell us about how did you feel after that? How did you feel about it?
I'm a pretty, I'm like a little cucumber. I be cool all the time. But, honestly, it still really haven't really hit me yet. Huh? Oh, I don't know. I really can't even tell y'all. Like, when I got the email, I forgot to shout out to Beck. Beck is a UMKC student. She's a journalism student. She is the reason that I was on Ellen. She came and did an article on me, which was the first interview I ever gave in Kansas City, because I'm kind of against it. But turns out, like, from that one article, that's how they found me. So definitely shout out to Beck for that. But when they emailed me, I was kind of just like, yeah, right.
So Alicia, now everybody's gonna be for Beck. I'm just saying, you just put them out there. So now everybody's looking for Beck to try to see if they can get that article too. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
But no, I don't know. I'm just really humble, honestly. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I feel like sometimes you just got to be prepared and take opportunities when they come and run with it. So I'm still pretty humbled and shocked about it, but we're going to take it and run.
No. We got a question in the comment section for everybody, and it's a really good question. It says, what has been your most rewarding moment of entrepreneurship, and what made you feel secure in your decision to be an entrepreneur? So, Santera, you want to take that? Uh-oh. You're on mute. There you go.
Okay. My most rewarding moment, I would say, is building a relationship with my clients. Like, I don't want it just to be a one-time thing. I remember I did an order for someone. Her brother died. He got shot like a week before her birthday. So I made her cupcakes. So I also just like made her a personalized card. It wasn't much, but she found it. She cried, and like I cried. So like I just want like everyone, like my clients, to think like, I'm just not like a one-time thing. Like, you family now. Like, once you in contact with me, like, you stuck with me for life. So that's how I feel. What makes me feel secure in my decision? Just doing what I love. Like, baking is what I love. Is it's a stress reliever. It brings out my creativity. So yeah, that's it.
I got you. Candice, can you relate to that at all?
Yeah, just being able to do what you enjoy and it be something cathartic, and that you're able to then, for me, it's about my esteem. It's me feeling good about myself, knowing that I've met something to completion. Like, I completed it. Like, I baked the cake and I sold it. Like, it's a thing of completion. It's a thing of accomplishment, and me patting myself on the back and encouraging myself, because if you don't do it, nobody else will do it like you can. So, speaking over yourself.
I love that.
Right.
That's dope.
That's with getting with customers. So I had a question for Brandon. So Brandon, how do you plan on growing your business? Is Brandon there? He looked like. Brandon, you there?
Say that again.
How do you plan on growing your business, Brandon?
So Brandon's out. Brandon's out in the football field. He's a coach.
He's coaching
too, so he wears multiple hats. So he might be a little choppy out there. But you want to repeat it?
Yeah. Yep. How do you plan on growing your business? Can you hear Brandon?
We our organization, we plan. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I plan on growing my business by creating programming that cater towards improving the lives of veterans and families, with the emphasis on lifelong servitude and opportunities for sustainability for all my community, no matter what race, what age, or gender you are.
Nice, B.
Okay.
Dropping in.
All right, B. All right, Candice. I know that you have a major desire to succeed and grow and push. What leads your passion? Let me preface this by saying that we almost cried a few times this past Saturday because of some testimony that some folks were providing and giving us. And Candice's passion, bar none, is unmatched. So I just want to know what leads or what drives you to be successful and to really just kind of keep pushing, keep going.
God, like, there are so many moments within this experience that I've experienced where the only thing that I've had to lean on was God and myself, and really being aware that God has a purpose for me outside of anything that I might have been experiencing. When I started, I was a woman that was really hurting. And so this was birthed out of me wanting to free myself, as anything that you do should. Nothing should. I was a woman who was working in corporate America trying to raise 5 children. So I was bogged, and I was very conflicted with being a good mother and being an example and being an employee, where they didn't care if my children were sick or I wanted to go on a field trip and put in time with my children, or just the nurturing that I knew my children needed. So there were all these things coming at me, telling me to let go and let God lead me where God is going to lead me. And even when I fight myself, what I've learned is that when I submit to the will of, I don't know everything, I don't know anything sometimes, I'm still led in this direction of great things. Like, I didn't really know what was ahead of me until it was there. So just really being faithful and prayerful for me.
I love it.
Being in full relationship with God.
Nice.
That's legit. I love it.
Testimonial.
I love it.
Yep.
I think we had a really good question for Santera. Santera, and I think you'll appreciate this question too.
Santera, oh man, if I can get out. How did you handle adversity and doubt?
So I kind of started my business with my eyes wide shut. I really didn't know what I was doing. So I started getting orders. I started doubting myself because baking is it's a wide. I mean, it's oversaturated. So I was like, I kind of had imposter syndrome. Like, am I good enough? Like, am I going to get orders? So last year, from like September all the way until March, I didn't do any orders. I did a few from some clients, but I wasn't posting on my page. I was just kind of discouraged. But in between then, I was still kind of like learning. And that's how I found out about you guys' cohort. So like y'all cohort was kind of like the catalyst of bringing my passion back into my business. Like I remember, I think it was like a course. I think Dan, you talked about is your business a hobby or is it a business? And I'm like, well, dang, I guess I'm not taking it serious. So like being in this cohort, like kind of reminded me and kind of like it reminded me, kind of like thought like, no, I need to take my business serious, and I do love my business. So also I would say I would just keep believing in myself. Like I listened to Janae Waves and what is her name? I think it's Golape, Closer to My Dreams. So I just Closer to My Dreams. Like whenever I'm down, I listen to that because like I just remember what's my why. Like why am I continuing this? Like this is my passion. I love what I do. I love seeing people's faces. Like oh my gosh, it tastes so good. Like I love like it's creative. Like I don't know. I love it. So yeah.
Like I said, Santera, I tore up them cupcakes back to back, 3 of them, and it was no in between breath when I was eating it. It was amazing.
Yeah, so Santera, you should have seen my face.
So during this experience of being in a cohort, you guys picked up a lot of gems and a lot of information from us. I wanted to know, how did you guys approach your marketing? How did you guys approach your marketing as far as when you wanted to products out there? D'Angela.
Really just marketing myself first. I'm kind of the face of my business. So what I want my Cocoa ladies to know is me as a person. And so just really telling them my story and like Santera said, my why behind what it is I'm doing. I feel like I connect to my customers on more of a personal level because they're not just buying from someone, they're buying from me and they know who I am and we establish that relationship. And I feel like with that, it just makes what I do even more rewarding.
Nice. All right, Lisa, same question. How did you approach your marketing?
For me, I knew that I wanted an authentic brand. I knew in the beginning, like what I wanted to be, what I wanted my connection to be. Even though I started online, I started as if I had my storefront already. Like I didn't want like the traditional ambassadors that people would get and things like that, because that's not authentic to me. I wanted to grow slow and I wanted to grow in a way where I got my customers due to the connection and the things that I was putting out. So for me, it was just like using my personal social media, like just to get started. But after that, I rarely shared much on my personal social media. It was just more like referrals, word of mouth. And that's how a lot of my clients and customers came in, which for me is exactly what I wanted. So that's kind of why, like when you asked me about the Ellen thing, it's kind of like, like I want the opportunity, but at the same time, it's not authentic to what I'm trying to do and the experience that I have. Though I'm grateful, I'm very grateful and appreciative. It's far from what my business is and what I share it to be. So now I got to figure out how to do it virtually. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we had that same, we had those discussions all the time about putting yourself, in the right spaces to be able to reach the right people. But at the same time, like you talked about the Ellen thing, like those things are important too, because then it brings more awareness to not only what you're doing, but the people that you are doing it with or for. Gets that attention as well. So even though you personally, like internally, you might question, what's really going on, but at the end of the day, it's an opportunity for not only yourself but also your greater good. You know what I mean? So, and we had that same, we had those same discussions like all the time. You know what I mean? And making sure that we're staying on brand, staying relevant to the folks that we're trying to really, really target and really help and reach. So I get it. We had a good question in the comment section too. And it said, what advice would you give to a beginning entrepreneur? So anybody can take this. Go ahead, Cynthia.
Do it. Like don't doubt yourself, just do it. I mean, you always gonna learn something. There's always classes. Like, just do it. Don't listen to people. You're always don't get discouraged. Sometimes your family and your friends are not going to support you, and that's okay. There's always going to be strangers who are going to support you, but just do it.
I love it. Anybody else want to piggyback off of what Santera said?
On top of do your research. Yeah. Go ahead, Brandon.
What'd you say, B?
That was it. Just don't be afraid to fail. That's it. Don't be afraid to fail. Yep. You're gonna fail 1,000 times, but the comeback gonna be stronger.
Yeah.
100%.
And then always preaches the no fear to everybody, we talk to. So that's his main thing, no fear. Go ahead, Angela, you had something?
I was just going to say, do your research, but at the same time, reach out to other entrepreneurs because chances are they've done the research before you. So it's good to get their opinion and their advice. Sign up for the next cohort for the Porterhouse KC.
Right on.
That application process, that's a good resource to have as far as doing research, coming after people that have done research before you. Just so that way you know what direction to head.
Right on.
Awesome.
Marketing, right? Yeah.
Anybody else? Alicia?
Yeah, I would say don't go at your own pace. Like it could be, you could feel like, well, I'm just starting. Everybody already did their thing. All this, like, but you haven't done it and you haven't put your stamp on it. I don't care if it's, you got to start with 2 products. Start with those 2 products and promote them the best that you can. You don't need to spend a whole bunch of money in the very beginning. Like, just start small and then grow it from there, because it's not about other people or like impressing them. And I think a lot of times that's what we try to do. We get so caught up in like impressing other people that you aren't really like honing in on who your target market is and what it is that you want to give to them. Start small, give them the best that you can when it's small, and watch it grow from there.
I love that. I love that. Candice, what you think?
Be yourself, because that's what's going to set you apart. Like, never, always be yourself. And once you get comfortable with yourself, everything else will flow, because you're doing it from a space that only you have. Nobody's like you. You're extraordinary.
Facts.
I love it. I love it. So, you guys are, and we got that good thank you. So
Yeah.
she's ready. She's ready. She's ready. She's going. She's going. So you guys are leaders in your communities too, and for the folks that kind of follow you guys, what do you feel like? What's your strengths in leadership in the position that you're in? When people follow you, what do they see, or what do you want them to see?
Who you want, D'Angela?
That's for anybody.
D'Angela.
It's because I'm first. Now I know. What was that, Lene? Yeah, now I know how she feels. Really, what I just want, especially the generation coming after me, seeing that, I went to the same high school as they did. I graduated from University Academy. I was a part of the first freshman class in the new building. And at that time, UA, it was a good school to go to, but it wasn't like a Lincoln or a Center or a Hogan. It was like, y'all got K through 12, but now seeing young leaders there and saying, oh, you graduated from UA, and they tell me 2017 and I graduated in 2009. But it still feels good to be able to connect back on that level, to say, hey, I was once in your position. I grew up in the same neighborhoods. I rode the same buses. We went to the same school. I'm the same people, yet and still I'm not a statistic of what they say. So one of the things I remember going to college was them saying not go east side of truth, and me being ashamed of saying where I came from. But now that I'm actually in the community, still making a difference, my name is still being known, I still have a presence, and still being that positive figure is rewarding in itself, just because I know that I have young leaders that are now looking up to me as I had those leaders in my life. So it's just being able to see those younger generations after me, being able to see me as a possible role model that they can look up to.
Good answer.
So I love that. Brandon, what you think? What's your take on leadership and folks following you? I know you're out there in the field getting it in, but what's your take on leadership?
It's big. Leadership is, I think that's what you have to bring to the table everywhere you go. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody's seeing what you're doing, or everybody want to be involved with a certain type of things. So with leadership, once you have that and you bring that to the table, it brings everything else in aspect with it. So you get the followers, you get the people who want to be around you, you get all that because of the qualities that you bring as a leader. People want to be a part of what you're doing or what you got going. That leadership is big in the community, and I think with minorities and people of color, leadership was lacking a lot in our community, and we need that. So by us stepping up and being like business owners and giving back to the community where we once grew up and we saw that it wasn't what it was, leadership is big. Like you see right now, I got 150 kids out here. But they're gonna follow if we don't give them nothing to follow. You know what I'm saying? So it's big.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. By example, that's important. That's important. So it looks like we got another good question in the comments. Looks like Twin said, "What's something that sets you apart from others in your field?" So what's different from what you guys do and your competitors do? Anybody can take that.
All right.
Go ahead,
I'll start
Ken.
off if y'all don't want to. I think what set
I'm
us
me.
apart.
Go ahead,
Tell
Brandon.
them again, Candy.
Like who you are is who you are, and I'm quirky, but that's gonna shine through in what I do. So you may not be accustomed to. You may be like, I don't like vegan food. I don't like vegan desserts, but you try it and you're like, oh, it's something different. So what you bring to the table is you, and when you back and you just deny the God in you and the good in you and what makes you different, then that's when fear and doubt comes in. When you think that who you ain't is something that is the defeat there. It's who you are that's the success. And you gotta really be real cool on who you are and not who you ain't, but who you are.
Right on.
No, love it. Alicia, what sets you apart?
If we're talking strictly, like from the other shops that do what I do, in regards to like servicing plus size women, there's none in Kansas City, just to put that out there. But what sets me apart is my urge to like be in the community, be in the inner city, and giving back to the community. I don't see many people that are taking that true thrift store. We are here for the community to give back. I don't see many resale shops taking on that link.
Right on.
No, I love that.
So
Oh,
Go ahead.
I want to question about the leader. I would say being an inspiration, being authentic, and just being you. On social media, you see everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. I mean, they see like the glitz and the glam and the money, but behind the scenes, oh, it's some late nights and early mornings. That's real. Some days you're not gonna go to sleep. 2 days, 3 days. I would say just sharing like tips with people and stuff. That's why I think a leader is being humble. Just being a motivation to others. That's yeah, that's being a leader. Being passionate. Being passionate also.
I love it. I love it. We got Linda from Florida kind of tapped in with us. She just had a great conversation. It takes a lot of courage to launch and then continue running a new business. Well done.
yes.
Appreciate it, Linda. And then we got another really good question that came up. What was your key driving force to become an entrepreneur? How did become an entrepreneur affect your family, both positive and negatively?
Wow,
That's a really good question. D'Angela, what you think?
Yes, I was gonna say I'll take this one. My key driving force was really just getting out of that place that I was in. So I was a brand new mom. I was dealing with postpartum depression. I lost my dad 4 weeks after I had my son. So I was dealing with grief. I worked a 9 to 5. I work in corporate America. While I love what I did, I felt like I could be doing more with my time. And that's what really birthed my business. Is I had a talent with doing shirts and doing designs, and someone says, hey, I want this on a shirt, or I want this customized for my business. I always said, okay, I can do it. And I never charged. And then my family was like, you should really start charging for this. Like, you do a really good job. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? And I knew that I had that drive in me because my mom's an entrepreneur. So thinking about her when she had her daycare, She started at a time where my dad wasn't working. He was out on disability. He had got injured really bad in an accident. And so her money from her business really kept the lights on, honestly, and kept us in a house. And just knowing that I had that blood already in me, like it ran in my veins, I just got up and got started. I got out of my bed. I got out of that place that I was in, that self doubt, that worry, that what if, that, oh, I don't have enough time. I got rid of all those excuses and just really started to make something happen. So that way I could not only invest in myself, but invest in my family as well. The positive and the negative of that affects my family is just really having time to balance all the things that I have going on. So, working that job, learning how to close my laptop, and spend time with my son. So just being intentional about the time that's spent so that way I can have intentional balance within my life. And there are going to be Saturdays where we do drop offs in the morning. Mason, my 2-year-old, he's rolling with me. When we get in McDonald's, he has his applesauce, he has his tablet, and he's rolling with me for an hour. But I know at that time, like, although, I could be using that hour to take him to the pumpkin patch, we're going to get there. Let's just go drop off these items first so we can get these coins to buy you a pumpkin. Absolutely. You can have 3 pumpkins in the picture. And then we're going to put a little back. So for mom. But just learning that and having that intentional time, that intentional balance, I felt like that was a negative at one point, but now it's a positive because I can see like, okay, I might be really deep into my business. Okay, D'Angelo, you've done enough. Close your laptop. It's time to spend time with your family.
Yeah. Great answer to that. Anybody else want to chime in at what was the driving force of becoming an entrepreneur?
Man, she hit it right on the nose. Like just adversity, dealing with adversity, time management. I tell what, through the whole cohort, I told Dan and Sharon, man, it's not enough time in the day or in the world for us to do what we're trying to do. So it's managing, learning how to balance your life, balance your family, balance your work, and balance what you really want to do. It just comes down to you gotta say you want it. A lot of us coming from where I came from, I ate syrup sandwiches and hog head cheese and crackers. So I ain't gonna never let my kids go there. So it's about grinding and knowing that you want better.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
Hey, Brandon, how did you coach a whole hour without yelling? That's one.
It's a team effort.
Hey, I know you're over here like, man.
And I think they are. I think they already know I've been mad, man, because I moved. We got 2 fields out here. We got a field over there, and then 4 fields over here. I moved the whole organization to 1 field, so they knew I was not mad. So I ain't even got to do nothing talking today. The coaches is doing all the work.
All right.
Love it.
So everybody, I want to know your final thoughts. Let us know what you think about the cohort. We are very proud of. I want to say I'm very proud. Dan is very proud of y'all for graduating, and also I want y'all to tell us how to follow y'all. Tell us how can people reach y'all and get a hold of you. Go ahead, Alicia. I always call out people just so y'all know.
No worries. I stay ready, so we can I really truly enjoyed the cohort. Like I said, I'm thinking this is during graduation, but I really just came in here. I was just looking for exposure. I felt like I had my business to where, I could sustain more people. I just wanted y'all to like get my name out there and tell people about me. But honestly, what it gave me was the the okay to be vulnerable. Like it pushed me to be vulnerable. I'm not really like, I talk to my friends, I'll cry all day off camera, out of the limelight. But like when it comes to like being open and like vulnerable, letting folks know like my true feelings on the inside, that was not really a thing for me. And I do know like when you are that way, like great things come and people want to see that. But it wasn't my thing. It wasn't anything I was trying to do. So I appreciate y'all for like pushing far above and beyond. So anyone who's thinking about joining the program, whatever you're coming in to get, like you're going to get that and 10 times more. So be prepared for that and don't fight it. Just go with it. You can find me, you can stop by the shop if you want, 3945 Truth, Kansas City, Missouri. We are on Facebook at Unleashed. That's UNLESHED plus sign, and then on Instagram at Shop Unleashed.
Right on. Thank you, Alicia. All right, Candice, same questions. Your final thoughts and tell us how. Yep. Your final thoughts and how can everybody get a hold of you and reach you?
My final thoughts are, I came into Porterhouse really not knowing what I was getting myself into and really feeling like I was a bit of an island and that I felt very out of place. And by the time it was over with, I identified with each and every person in the program, just their drive and their tenacity, and I was inspired by each of them. So I've learned just to continue to be inspired and never be scared, and fear is not real. Never be scared to try whatever you want to try, whatever it may be. Do it. What did the church say? Do it 50 times or start over 50 times. Like do the same thing. Like I can't remember it.
It's all right.
It's the same thing where
50 things one time or one thing 50 times.
50 times. Yeah. And it's really that. It's really that. Where you can either keep giving up on yourself or you can never give up on yourself. And many times when we think we're giving up on ourselves, we're not. And that's what Porterhouse Group taught me. Every morning that we had class, I thought that I didn't fit in. I was just like, I'm going to still go. I had work. I had all these obstacles and these distractions. But something in me was like, go. Don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Try. And you have people around you, too, that will support you. That's always going to be a benefit. You can find me on social media, Candyland Visions, at Candyland Visions on Instagram. My personal page is at Mamiya5. It journals my journey here. Like, honestly, everything that I did to take me here and where I'm going further. On Facebook, Candyland Sweets and Treats. And you can DM me on Candyland Visions for an order.
Right on.
Love it.
We're going to go to Santera because I see Brandon up there yelling a little bit. So Santera.
So I appreciate the cohort. I stepped out of my box for real, especially with doing this interview. Honestly, I was gonna step down, like, no, I can't do it. But I'm like, no, let me just do something new for a chance. So like y'all are always like pushing us to become our better selves. I'm an introvert. Like I kind of look up to Dan, even though he said he's an introvert. I don't believe it. But I can see, I'm like, if he could do it, like I know I can too. Like I can talk to people and I could just be transparent and just be myself. What else I would say? I think that's it. I appreciate the gratitude when we talk about gratitude in our issues. Like it kind of improved my character development. Like I start waking up early in the morning to dedicate my business into like my personal self. Like I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And you can find me at Facebook, Berries Galore More, and I'm also on Instagram, Berries Galore More.
Thank you, Santera.
Awesome.
All right, D'Angelo, how can we reach you?
I need a wake up.
Tell us your final thoughts and how can we reach you?
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Let's do like 6:30. Final thought. So, contrary to popular belief, I am an ambivert. So a lot of people think I'm an extrovert because I want to get up and talk to people, and that's great. I love to do that. But you have to get me out the house first. I would much rather be in my bed or on my couch wrapped up in a blanket, looking at people talking about, oh, this is great. So COVID was great. Like, I love staying in the house, but I still did long for that interaction of being in person, but was thankful that we did still get to do everything virtually. I know a lot of things kind of paused with other programs and events, but Dan and Sharon said, no, we're going to keep going. And here's the link, and we actually going to get started this Saturday. So I appreciate you just continue to going forward and using technology. That's my first love, as a way to connect everyone. So I'm excited that I got to go through this experience. Like I said, when I started with the Porterhouse, I was in a point in my business life where I was putting everything on hold. Coronavirus happened. Some of the items that I get my material from, the production plants were closing down. So there were just a lot of things that I could have chose to say, okay, well, I'm going to pause since everyone else is pausing, but not realizing like to use that moment or that time as a time of reflection and just really a time to figure out what it is I want to do next. And then because I'm a creative, I always have ideas going in my head. I always want to do different things. I have to like slow down and say, okay, D'Angela, you can do it, but write it down. You got to plan it first. Because if you let me, I would just hop in and do it and then learn from the lessons later. Yeah. But I did use that time to pause, plan, reflect, and then resume. You can reach me. Like, what was the second question? You can reach me on Instagram, PHKC. I do have a private group that you can become a member of. It is very exclusive, but you guys are more than welcome to join if you're watching this live broadcast right now. Limited time. Don't say I didn't tell you to come join me. So when you join me on Instagram, I'll see that you followed me, and then I'll send you the link to the private group where you can get a private shopping experience online. So
yes, we all in it. So
yes, y'all all in it. They in it. Wives in it. Sorry, Dan. I a nice jacket today, Dan. Sharon liked it. You got to see it. It's a nice jacket.
Yeah. I got to check it out.
And then you can also email me, pinchakokokc@gmail.com. And you can follow me on my personal Instagram because it's public. You have to make your personal public if it's connected to your business account. So you can follow me on my personal Instagram, Miss MS Coco Lady. That's me.
Dope.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Brandon Henderson.
I will be following because I need a pinch of cocoa in my life.
Listen.
All right, Brandon. What are your final thoughts, Brandon? And how can we get hold of you, Brandon?
I said you got to rephrase that because my husband crazy, Brandon. I don't know. You need to pinch of cocoa, apparel, and accessories in your life. I got you.
I need apparel and accessory. We can
look up y'all your whole football squad. We can get some custom shirts and jackets going. We'll talk later.
See, yes, definitely. Coming in Porterhouse KC, man, I didn't know what to expect. When I got in there though, I found balance. I'm more so I like the time, but I'm laid back. So I sit back. I'd rather pay for it and have somebody else do it for me than me do it myself. So it really made me sit back and break down my businesses and have to look at what we really need to be substantial. So it took me to a whole nother level. It made me find the piece, the balance. Helped me find that consistency. Man, when you get in there, whoever goes next, just be ready for the fixed costs, all that, man. Crowdfunding. Y'all better be ready for all of it, because they're gonna give it to you raw, and they're gonna make sure you go get it. They're gonna make sure you break down everything and have everything all in place. Your I's dotted, your T's crossed. And I thank them for it. And I know, like they said, it probably wasn't a week they didn't hear. Not one of us said we ready to quit, but they wouldn't let us. And that's what you need. That's a family. That's a backbone. They was our backbone to help us strive and give the city something to think about. Give us 12 different ideas and 12 different visions, and they brought it together and help us build and be successful for our community. So I thank them for it.
Hey man, you
can follow me on Facebook.
I'm tearing up.
Community Development Program. Look, Instagram at Felton CDP, on Twitter at Felton CDP, LinkedIn Samuel Felton Community Development Program, and our website is www.feltoncommunitydevelopmentprogram.org. My personal, if you want to hit me up too, is bhenny12 on Instagram, Brandon Henderson on Facebook, and I direct you to all our programs.
Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you. So, man, we appreciate all of you guys, man. You guys are phenomenal. You like really complete us. So we appreciate it, man. I mean, we just learned so much from you guys. I mean, it's phenomenal. But
I noticed that everybody's confidence from beginning built up and was eventually, really high towards even the end of the cohort, and it's still rising. It's like a rising star. Man, I'm just so proud of y'all. We all proud of y'all, and we gonna still be working. We still
not
family.
done.
Yeah,
we not done. We got a lot of work to do. We still rocking. We got a lot of work to do. Yeah. So we appreciate you all. We're gonna put you guys' contact information all in the comments, so we can make sure that folks are able to access you guys,
to follow you, to share. Man, everything.
Absolutely.
Marketing, everything.
Absolutely. And applications are going to go live for the new cohort November 5th. So be on the lookout for that application on the Porterhouse page. We're going to share it. We're going to talk a little bit about it, all that good stuff. So, hey, man, we appreciate you guys.
Y'all better get with it.
Deanna chimed in and she said, so good to see the Porterhouse KC fam. She said, we appreciate everybody.
We love you.
There you go. We appreciate everybody that tapped in with us, that had great questions. Follow these people, man. Support them. This is what this community is about. That's what we all about. Follow, support, volunteer, buy, use your money to buy it. I mean, whatever we need to do to support, we got to keep our folks moving. We got to keep pushing in the community.
Connect.
All right. So yeah, man, I think that's it. So until next time, till next week.
Thank you. Congratulations.
I'm up to some. I'm up to some. I'm up to some. I've been to go, glad that you know. I'm up to some. Kevin just gave me the green light to go. I'm up to some. Girl, I been knew that you been down. I'm up to some. It's always you and your friends round. I see you got the new kin style, pretty in style. Been thinking though, they heard my name round, they don't think I know. Your girl in the back when a cloud chase. I guess for the night we'll keep it OC. That's a great distraction, but I'm on a mission. Y'all got 3 months to get practice, almost like I'm chasing chicken, cause I'm up to some. I'm up to some. I'm up to some. I'm up to some. One day back in my timeline, you was worried about my limelight. You see me different every time I say I need life and make beats more. You control the shift like a keyboard. Hold on, wait, like a paradigm and keep running on like a marathon. Then you reach for your blacks like Farrakhan. But after that be the weedo. Told me that you wanna meet me, no. I don't wanna really be mean, no. But I've had better on the East Coast. Fuck you for the green like CeeLo. All about the green like she go. Phone blowing up like CeeLo too. Guess Ben really got the keys though too, like I'm up to something.